soma soma, kijana, masiku zazidi badilika. Kijana, soma soma soma, kijana, masiku zazidi badilika. Kijana, wazuri wazidi kuzaliwa, na dunia nayo yazidi haribika. Kijana, wazuri wazidi kuzaliwa, na dunia nayo yazidi haribika. Kijana, maisha ya TV tutaishi sisi, wengi wanapotea, wengi wakata tamaa. Twachuna riba vijana, juu ya vile tutanga, ajua Rabana ndiye atuongoza. Kijana, masiku zazidi badilika. Kijana,
Good afternoon, beautiful people. My name is Sharon Diema. Welcome to the Thursday show with Sharon, right here on Shine FM 103.1. We started with a hot track by Sauti Sol called Soma. Yani wanatuambia tusome. And speaking of education, today we will have an interesting discussion about online learning. When the pandemic hit in 2020, we had to adjust and be out of each other's space because we were supposed to maintain social distancing. And so it was impractical to have physical classes. And some institutions actually decided that online was the way to go. I have a special guest for you today, Mr. Elijah, who is a communication student at Daystar University. And Elijah has been undertaking virtual classes for over a year. He's here to share his experience so we can all learn from it. Karibu sana, Elijah. To start us off, describe to us your experience of learning online.
Sharon, after the COVID hit, it was very difficult to shift from physical to online. But we had no any other alternative. We had just to accept the way it was. So online studies introduced us to e-learning, which is a platform used by the university to facilitate learning. In e-learning, which is that platform, we find out that we had that interaction between the lecturers and the student. And it facilitated the learning. So the lecturer could send the course outline, the notes, and the class link, which was the Zoom meeting and the Google meetings. Which was also virtual. We used to see the lecturer as he was talking and we talking to him and asking questions and interacting. So it was also an interactive session. It was a kind of a class which was so interacting. And so we also would access the class notes and we also did the quizzes in the same platform. So we had to adapt the new way of submitting the assignments, and that was how we went through the thing.
What did you like most about learning online?
Learning online was pretty much interesting to me, by the way, Sharon. I really liked it. This is because I came to appreciate the online stuff, the use of internet, the use of gadgets, and people came to appreciate the people who use internet because they came to know the importance of internet. You see? I also liked it since it was convenient at that time when the COVID pandemic was threatening our lives. It was very, 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 very important to protect ourselves. And the e-learning made it simpler because no interaction with the lecturers and a lot of teachers and the student trying to go and consult and stuff. So we just made calls, we just texted and chatted. So it was really, really important.
We asked a few people about their views on virtual learning, and here's what they had to say.
As for me, online studies was not that easy because the data, how could I access my e-learning and the online studies without the Wi-Fi and data? And the data is so expensive, so that was an expensive means of learning, and I don't want it again.
Online learning was a good experience for me. I liked online learning because I could learn from anywhere. I could learn from school, I could learn from home, and I could also learn while I'm traveling. The second reason why I liked online learning is because it's problem based, meaning
You can reach us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Thursday Show with Sharon and share your opinions on online learning. Moving on, Mr. Elijah, what was your greatest challenge during the online learning sessions?
Since online studies, we used electronic gadgets. Power shortage was the main challenge to us. Since we rely on the electricity to make the battery full, and also Wi-Fi, it's usually connected to electricity. Once the power went off, we really suffered. That means it was the end of our studies, we won't learn. And that was the main challenge, but I didn't find any other thing challenging.
How did you deal with the challenges?
For me, I can't do much since I have no power to stop electricity from going off. So for me, I got myself a power bank to sustain my gadget in case power goes off.
Amazing. And if online learning were to be a perfect experience for you, what is it that you would change about it for it to be better for even other students?
First, appreciating the fact that we can use internet to study. So if we educate students on the need to love it, they will come to appreciate and love the online studies, and hence it will change for the better.
Thank you so much, Elijah, for taking your time to share with us. And for our listeners, I know we have learned a lot of useful tips that will help us, those of us who are doing virtual learning. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Thursday Show with Sharon. I will see you again next Thursday at 1 p.m. right here on Shine FM 103.1. I have been your host, Sharon Liema.
Na dunia nayo yazidi haribika, kijana. Soma kijana, masiku zazidi badilika. Soma kijana, masiku zazidi badilika. Wazuri wazidi kuzaliwa na dunia nayo yazidi haribika. Wazuri wazidi kuzaliwa na dunia nayo yazidi haribika. Soma.